Throughout human history, countless civilizations have risen, flourished, and then vanished without a trace. Some left behind towering monuments and written records, while others disappeared so completely that only fragments of their existence remain. The idea of a secret nation lost to time captures our imagination because it reminds us how fragile even the most powerful societies can be. Empires that once controlled vast lands, commanded mighty armies, and shaped global trade eventually faded into memory. What remains are ruins, scattered artifacts, and unanswered questions. One of the most fascinating examples of a civilization that was lost for centuries is the ancient city of Machu Picchu, built by the Inca civilization high in the Andes Mountains of Peru. Machu Picchu was abandoned in the 16th century during the Spanish conquest. Over time, it became hidden by a dense jungle and was unknown to much of the outside world until it was brought to international attention in 1911. For centuries, this remarkable city remained a secret, preserved by isolation and nature. It stands today as a reminder of a powerful society that once thrived but nearly vanished from historical memory. Another example of a nation lost to time is the ancient city of Petra. Once the thriving capital of the Nabatean kingdom, Petra was a center of trade and culture. Its stunning rock-cut architecture reflects a sophisticated and wealthy civilization. However, changes in trade routes and natural disasters led to its decline. Eventually, Petra was largely forgotten by the Western world for centuries. It was only rediscovered in the early 19th century. Like Machu Picchu, Petra shows how a once great nation can fade into obscurity. The story of Great Zimbabwe tells a similar tale. This medieval city in southern Africa was the heart of a powerful African kingdom between the 11th and 15th centuries, with impressive stone structures and evidence of extensive trade networks. Great Zimbabwe demonstrated advanced political organization and economic strength. Yet for a long time, its origins were misunderstood or ignored. Over time, the kingdom declined, and the city was abandoned, leaving behind monumental ruins but few written records. There are also civilizations whose mysteries remain unsolved. The Indus Valley Civilization was one of the world's earliest urban societies, flourishing around 2500 BCE in what is now Pakistan and northwest India. Cities such as Mohenjo-daro and Harappa were carefully planned, with advanced drainage systems and standardized architecture. Yet the civilization declined around 1900 BCE, and historians still debate the reasons. Climate change, shifting rivers, economic decline, or invasion may have played roles, because their script remains much about their political structure and culture is still unknown, making them feel like a secret nation lost to time. Not all lost nations disappeared due to invasion or disaster. Some were gradually absorbed into larger empires. The Kingdom of Axum, once a major trading power in East Africa, connected Africa with the Mediterranean and Asia. Over centuries, changes in trade routes and environmental conditions weakened the kingdom. Eventually, it declined, and its influence faded. Today, only archaeological remains and historical references tell the story of its former greatness. The fall of civilizations often follows patterns. Environmental changes can weaken agriculture and lead to famine. Economic collapse can reduce trade and wealth. Political instability can divide leadership and cause internal conflict. External invasions can destroy cities and institutions. In many cases, a combination of these factors contributes to decline. A secret nation lost to time is rarely destroyed by a single event. Instead, it slowly erodes until it disappears from the global stage. The idea of a hidden or forgotten nation also highlights the limits of historical records. Many ancient societies relied on oral traditions rather than written documents. When those communities disappeared or were conquered, their stories were lost with them. Archaeology helps uncover pieces of the past, but without written evidence, much remains open to interpretation. What we know about lost civilizations often comes from ruins, tools, pottery, and burial sites. These fragments provide clues but not complete narratives. In some cases, myths and legends preserve memories of lost nations. Stories passed down through generations may contain traces of real historical events. However, separating fact from fiction is challenging. Over time, legends grow and change, blending imagination with reality. Yet these stories remind us that human memory can outlast physical structures. Modern technology has transformed our ability to rediscover lost civilizations. Satellite imaging, ground-penetrating radar, and advanced excavation techniques allow archaeologists to locate hidden cities beneath forests and deserts. New discoveries continue to reshape our understanding of history. Each time a forgotten settlement is uncovered, it challenges what we thought we knew about the past. A secret nation lost to time teaches us an important lesson about no matter how advanced or powerful a society becomes, it remains vulnerable to change. Climate shifts, economic pressures, political conflicts, and unforeseen disasters can reshape history. The ruins of ancient civilizations remind us that progress is never guaranteed. At the same time, these lost nations inspire awe and curiosity. They show that human creativity, resilience, and ambition have existed for thousands of years. Monumental architecture, complex governance systems, and vibrant trade networks were not inventions of the modern age. They were achievements of people whose names we may never know. In the end, a secret nation lost to time is not merely a mystery of the past. It is a reflection of humanity itself. Civilizations rise, adapt, and sometimes fall. What remains are stories waiting to be uncovered, stones waiting to be studied, and questions waiting to be answered. History is not a straight line, but a vast landscape filled with forgotten chapters. Somewhere within that landscape, echoes of lost nations continue to remind us that even the greatest empires can fade, but their legacy endures in the traces they leave behind.